Hello everyone, welcome. My name's Charlie, and today I'm going to be building a bonsai garden for Wolfgang, probably my favorite Animal Crossing villager. I've been doing an Animal Crossing series where each month I post a video of my progress, and multiple times throughout, Wolfgang mentioned liking bonsai trees and gardens. Naturally, I wanted to theme his house around that, so let's just get started. The location of Wolfgang's house actually seemed pretty good to me, so my plan was to build the garden around it. I started off by placing down a bunch of grassy paths to set a foundation for the lush greenery that would be the prominent feature in this build. The paths needed to look natural and work well with the grass underneath, which was still snow at this point, but I swear it'll look good eventually. After smoothing off the edges, I was left with a nice blob of grassy floor which would serve as my canvas. Over the past months, I'd been collecting a bunch of items for this build, ranging from bonsai trees, obviously, to benches, to full-on mountains. It's always a bit of a challenge to start decorating from an empty slate, so I just started placing stuff around, including this cypress bathtub, which was suspiciously filled with like brown mud water, as well as this big old pine tree, which I thought would be a nice backdrop. These pine trees are really gonna put the work in for this build, just trust me. The space was still feeling a bit too open though, and I wanted the bonsai garden to feel enclosed or separate from the rest of the island. So I started putting down some hedges, which instantly made the space feel more private and separated from the town square area. To make them more natural, I placed down some different topiaries and other plant-related items, and although it was dark and still snowy, these additions would definitely add to the lushness of the garden. I continued placing down hedge walls for the left side before quickly realizing that Wolfgang's house was not in the best spot. I'm gonna say it, I don't know who made this choice. I wanted to scooch it over a bit to open up the entrance, so I headed over to Town Hall and got permission to move it to this corner, which made a lot more sense in my mind. It just balances it out, you know? With Wolfgang's house to the side, I was then able to add some nice symmetry in the entryway and another pine tree to square it off. Now that the general layout of the garden was pretty much finished, I started utilizing other furniture items I'd been saving, including this Go board. Wolfgang just seems like he'd be a Go enjoyer, you feel? Fun fact, like 13 years ago, when I was in 5th grade, I actually won a Go tournament in my school, so that's kinda neat. I'm probably terrible now though, I haven't played in forever, and that sentence also made me feel ancient, so I'm gonna move on now. I returned the next day to see that Wolfgang's house had been moved, and started off by adding these rotten stools. Oh god, how do you say that?
Rattan.
Rattan? Wait, is that real? Are you kidding? And started off by adding these
Rattan
stools to the Go area while also trying to fit in some more vegetation and other decoration items. After hunting for some sand patterns that fit with my vision, I got to work placing them down. When I was little, there was this bookshop next to the laundromat where we do our laundry that had a little zen garden, and I'd spend hours with that little rake just making fun designs in the sand. There was just something soothing and satisfying about it. Placing down the sand lines one tile at a time in Animal Crossing, however, was definitely neither soothing nor satisfying. But eventually, I had a path design that looked good and started adding some items, including this pond stone, a couple lanterns, some greenery, and this warrior statue slash beach supervisor. Just like in the grassy areas, I wanted the Zen garden to be distinct from the rest of the beach, so I opted for these bamboo partitions, which I thought added a nice splash of color on the sand. And speaking of a splash of color, I wanted to add some flowers to liven up the area. So I headed over to my flower zone to pick up some white flowers and began to set them down around the main garden area as well as on the beach, which added some more detail and visual interest to the whole area. Although I was a big fan of the beach Zen garden, it still felt a bit empty, so I added another pine tree with this writing desk underneath, as well as a picnic area, throwing in a basket, pillow, and, of course, a tea set. I do love me some tea. I really liked how the picnic area was looking, and after adding a wooden path down to the blanket so as not to mess up the Zen garden, I felt like it was complete. But the thing was, I wasn't super happy with this build. Something just felt like it was missing, so I gave it a rest until a couple weeks later when I found these Keroppi items. And it was like, ding ding, in that moment, I knew those items were the things I needed to tie it all together. After getting my grubby little hands on some of those, as well as a handful of other fitting items I hadn't had the month before, I got back to it, starting with the main garden. First thing, I slapped down this Zen-style stone, banger item, and after adding a moss rock behind, a bamboo basket, and a little cherry blossom bonsai, I was satisfied with this area. And I mean, for once on this channel, a shrine that isn't cursed. Next, I added a mini Zen bridge next to the mountain, which honestly I was geeking about. Like, I just feel like it adds a lot of visual depth to the area, almost giving the illusion that the bridge and mountain mountain or a lot further away. I also used some of the raised tatami floors to create some division between the areas, which were the perfect place to display more bonsai plants and cherry blossoms. The final edition of this artisanal bug cage marked the completion of this little outdoor eating area. And with just these small little things, it felt like the whole build was really starting to come together, and I was actually happy with it. Now we move on to the beach, and my first order of business: remove the writing desk. Bad creative decision. In its place, another mini Zen bridge. I'll be the first to admit I have an unhealthy obsession with this Animal Crossing item. It's just so cool. Another interesting item I stumbled across was this kettle bathtub cauldron thing, which seemed like you could use it for cooking or like potion brewing, I don't know. But for some reason it fit in my mind, and I plopped that down on the edge of the grass and gave it to a little evil Keroppi friend as well. I don't know what he's cooking, but I am very afraid. After a quick break for a bowl of ramen, I added a couple more tables displaying bonsai trees, as well as these tall stone lanterns which frame the entryway really nicely and set the tone a bit more. With the addition of some other small filler items, it felt like we had finally done it. And I mean, this was definitely confirmed when Wolfgang came to visit and sat down at the Go board. Like, you can just tell he loves it, and I love it too. So let's finish up by going on a quick little tour of the place. Hello everyone, it's time for a lovely tour of the bonsai garden. If you're wondering why I'm dressed as like Ben Franklin right now, I don't have an answer for you. I really just don't know. Maybe I could do this tour as Ben Franklin. Here we have the entryway. No, that was Ben Franklin. If you're watching this video, I'm so sorry. Anyway, so we're just going to be starting at the top here. We have these lovely bamboo in the bushes. They don't match. This is kind of a work in progress. I still need to add more bamboo here. But then we walk through past the lanterns, and oh my bippies. We've got this adorable little go area where Wolfgang and I can just play golf and talk about the Constitution. I don't know. A lovely little shrine here. It's just very peaceful. And then also this bridge that goes back to like freaking Mount Fuji. Look at this thing. What the heck? I just feel like those areas in themselves are so peaceful. And then Wolfgang also has this little outdoor like eating area. We've got some ramen, we've got some tea, we've got some overgrown flowers, but we're not going to discuss that. I'll fix that at a later date. A couple different kinds of bonsais. These are his favorite ones. That one is Jeff, and the other one is Gwendolyn Vive. What the... So that's that. And then right next to the house, we've got this beautiful little Shrek Swamp mud bath, which is just lovely, calming, soothing. And at the bottom, we have our evil little Keroppi, which I don't trust this guy with anything. Look at this. Look at this. A devious little rascal. So that is this top area, the main area of the bonsai garden, and I really love how it came out. And like I said, I do want to add some more... There's a pear here? Oh, okay. I do want to add some more bamboo around it a little bit, just to frame it better, make it a little more secluded, even though I do love how it is right now. But just a little more bamboo. Just a smidge. And I feel like it'll be perfect. Now, if you walk out of Wolfgang's house, you end up in this adorable little beach picnic area. We've got this little picnic basket. We've got this, like, sewing kit. I don't know if you, like, rip your pants. And just a lot of candles. Like, this place really comes alive at night. Wow, I really should have done this tour at night. That's totally my bad. But these candles and the lanterns just look absolutely beautiful. And then if you move over this way, we have just a lovely little beach area. We've got these little barrels, another one of these bridges, just some random clutter that's put around, but it all like makes sense, you know? Like this bonsai shelf is just so beautiful. I love it. And also our little lifeguard that just stands here, watches over the bonsai trees. Thank you for your service. This beach Zen garden kind of just turned into like random lines in the sand, but I think like the idea still stands. Maybe if I have the energy and the, I don't know, prowess, one day I'll just like come back in and do some more circly thingies and just make it look a little nicer, because it's just kind of like lines right now, so oops. But yeah, that is it. And honestly, this might be in the running for my first #1 favorite build on this island. I don't know what it is. It's just like all the foliage, all the trees and everything just feels so calming and beautiful to me. One quick thing before I go. Sorry, I developed a sickness since last time. I did say this build comes alive at night, so I just wanted to show you what it looks like, because it's my absolute favorite part of my island. So right at the entrance, we have these lanterns, which are just perfect. These are the Keroppi lanterns, and I love the way they look. The vibes are immaculate. And as you walk through, the lighting sort of changes to these baby lanterns. And we also have this mossy rock, which is doing just absolutely too much. Like, I would say it's glowing a little bit excessively, but it's still a vibe. And this part's all right, you know, it looks okay. You've got a few things here and there, but my absolute favorite part is when you come down here to the picnic area, and oh my gosh, it's just like magical. Like, can you imagine coming down here for a nighttime picnic? Just like, oh, these little fruit lamps with the candles and the lanterns on the side. Like, it just all works together and it looks really, really cute. And I don't know, I feel like I could just sit here and chill for the rest of my life and be completely content. I just love this spot and I had to show it to you before I finished up today. Again, sorry, I'm sick.
But yes, that is all I have for today.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you did, feel free to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you here. We are finishing up a lot of builds on the island, so there's going to be more videos like this one where I just walk through the process, and there's also going to be a lot more monthly videos that you should definitely check out because they're a lot of fun, and it's kind of cool to just see the island all come together. All right, on that note, I will see you guys next time. Bye!